Hello and welcome back to White Lines Cricket. Lewis here today for the first episode of Lewis's Lounge. Now, this is a little chat show that's going to be brought to the channel. If you also subscribe to White Lines Football, our football channel, then you may be aware of Lewis's Lounge. It's basically my little show, my own chat show, all done in one take, where I can just talk about whatever I want to talk about that's going on in the world of the sport we cover. So, obviously I have the football one, but today I'm introducing the cricket one, Lewis's Lounge on White Lines Cricket. And if you're a cricket fan, obviously you've seen the title, I'm sure you'll be aware of the incident that has gone on in the past 48 hours or so about the Australian cricket team and ball tampering that has been going on in their game against South Africa. So, I'm going to crack straight into it. A little bit of context to sort of cover it if you aren't aware of what's been going on. So basically, the Australians have been caught tampering with the ball as they are losing to South Africa. Obviously trying to get the ball to reverse swing a little bit more. Cameron Bancroft, the opening batsman, was caught rubbing gritted tape, we found it was. It looked like sandpaper at the time, but it's been discovered it is gritted tape on the ball. The video was shown of him doing it on the big screen in the stadium, and he then proceeded to put it down his trousers to hide it. And when he was asked to empty his pockets by the match umpires, he just revealed a cloth to try and claim his innocence. Also, he tried to make the ball reverse swing a bit more. Australia were losing, they were in a bit of trouble. But he got caught, and the Australians openly admitted it afterwards. Steve Smith, the Australian captain, seems to be at the centre of it. He's come out and said it was the leadership team that came up with the idea. So the likes of Steve Smith himself, David Warner, the vice-captain, Darren Lehman, maybe some other coaches / senior players in the team. And to me, that doesn't come as a surprise, you know. I'm not a fan of Steve Smith as a person, so I'm not surprised this has sort of come from him. I mean, maybe in terms of how good he is as a player and how good a cricketer he is, maybe you wouldn't expect this from him. But in terms of his persona, you can sort of see it the way it's come across, because obviously Steve Smith doesn't seem like the nicest bloke. As well with Darren Lehman, he was an awful person in his playing days. He got done for racism and stuff like that, and he's admitted that he will not be renewing his contract, and he's leaving Australian cricket as a coach in 2019. So maybe he just didn't care. Maybe he just wanted to get the result, didn't care about the sanctions. For example, if he gets sacked, then he's not going to care because he's leaving anyway. Smith sort of said that Bancroft, or Bangers as he called him in the press conference, was around, so he was the man sort of nominated. Bancroft's in single figures for tests, so to me, although Bancroft went across with it, along with it, it does seem like Bancroft was sort of singled out to try and sort of do the dirty work, which he did and easily got caught. It's a similar situation for me to the Mohammed Amir situation a few years ago with Pakistan. Obviously, Amir was still a teenager at the time, was new to the side, and I know it's not a crime as bad, but Mohammed Amir was done for spot fixing, and it was sort of discovered that it was because of sort of people higher up that he felt like he was forced to do it. If you wanted to sort of get the respect of the people higher up in the team. So obviously it's not a crime as bad, it's not as bad crime, like I say, but it is getting the new guy to do the dirty work. Smith says he's deeply regretful of what happened. For me, is he? You know, if he didn't get caught, so to speak, I don't think he would have been regretful. I think he would have carried on, maybe deployed that tactic in the future. And for me, you know, how do we know he hasn't done it in the past as well? Malcolm Turnbull, who is the Australian Prime Minister, so completely out of sport, we've got the Prime Minister saying he's shocked and bitterly disappointed. He sort of said playing cricket for Australia is like the pinnacle of what you can get in Australia, and he's disappointed to see his national cricket team perform in this way. And it has come out today that Steve Smith and David Warner have stepped down as their roles of captain and vice-captain for the rest of the South Africa series, and wicket-keeper and sort of senior member, though he hasn't played too many test matches recently, Tim Payne is taking over for the rest of the series, but Warner and Smith are still going to play, and they have played today as they try and chase a mighty score to save the test against South Africa. Like I said, have they done it before but not been caught, you know? I'm not saying that they have, but how do we know they haven't done it in the likes of the Ashes, in other games, in other formats? Maybe when there are fewer TV cameras, we don't know. But obviously this time they have been caught, and you would like to assume they would be caught if they were to do it previously. In terms of punishments, Steve Smith has been fined 100% of his match fee for the South Africa game and banned for 1 game from Test cricket. Cameron Bancroft as well has been fined 75% of his match fee and gets 3 demerit points for his role in the scandal. It could be worse. Cricket Australia could take their own view on it. Some more punishments could come into play, and Australia themselves could face a big punishment. I think the main talking point now is whether Steve Smith will continue as captain, because obviously he's the senior player. He's led them to sort of Ashes victories, he's led them to big Test series victories. He's the best batsman in the world, in my opinion, but is he going to carry on as captain? And is David Warner going to carry on as vice-captain? In the words of Michael Clarke, obviously the old Australia captain that retired in 2015, he's come out and said, "We have the best bowling attack in the world, we don't need to cheat." Which, even though Australia were losing, you know, you like to think that the likes of Josh Hazlewood, Nathan Lyon, Mitchell Starc, etc. could bring it back, Pat Cummins. But rather than that, they did resort to cheating, which seems pretty low to me. Clarke has also come out and said that if the right people asked him, he may consider a return to Australian cricket as captain. So if Smith is to step down as captain, there's no real standout. Obviously, Tim Payne hasn't been in the Test side a long time. As wicketkeeper, there's no real standout to become the permanent captain, because obviously David Warner will be stepping down as well. So could we see a return to Australian cricket of Michael Clarke? England aren't sort of exempt from ball tampering. Obviously, there's been the Michael Atherton situation. There's been stuff with current players, so Anderson and Broad. 2010, I think it was, used the spikes on their shoes to sort of roll the ball on the floor. There were accusations, etc., about ball tampering at this point, but Broad sort of said that he was just lazy in 40°C heat in a game against South Africa. He said that he was just lazy and sort of rolling the ball with his foot because he didn't want to bend down and do it with his hand, so to speak. But no formal charges were made, unlike this Australian situation. So it is a sad day for Australian cricket, but in all honesty, as an England fan, I do find it quite funny. It's a good year, well, good week to be bowled out for 58 to New Zealand. Obviously, England's still up against it in that game. But obviously this Australian embarrassment is a lot worse than the England embarrassment for being bowled out for 58, because they are bringing cheating into the game. In my opinion, I think Smith should step down. Like I said, there's no real candidate. We might be looking at Michael Clarke to come back, because I'm not sure how he can come back from that, because it seems like he did orchestrate the whole thing. But I don't think he will. I think he'll probably stay. He'll probably take his ban, let it all blow over, and come back and captain Australian cricket. But people are going to hate him even more than they already do. So, there we go. If you have any other views you want to share with us based on the scandal, it was really weird watching it on the TV. All the commentators, you know, people crying on TV, the commentators, stuff like that. So yeah, it's not great. Like I say, if you have anything else you want to share about it, do comment down below, or tweet us at White Lions Media, or tweet me at LRC Browning. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, follow all the stuff in the description, check out all the other channels, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.